Hi, my dear fellow. Good morning and warm welcome to all. It is an honor to have the opportunity to address such a distinguished audience and UPSC aspirants. It's your challenging time. It's important to stay positive and motivated throughout the whole preparation of your UPSC 2023. Today I am going to take lecture Administrative Corruptions. Let's begin. Thank you. What is administrative corruption? What is administrative corruption? Administrative corruption. What is administrative corruption? Administrative corruption administrative corruption is a administrative corruption is a form of corruption is a form of corruption is a form of corruption that that occurs in the bureaucracy that occurs in the bureaucracy that occurs in the bureaucracy or public administration or public administration of government, public administration of a government. Public administration of a government. Next, point 2. Point 2. Point 2. It is a form of government. It is a form of government misconduct. It is a form of government misconduct which involve which involve the misuse of public resources, power or authority for private gain, for private gain. Private gain. Power, authority or private gain. Next, point third. It can also be defined as it can it can also it can also it can also be defined it can also be defined as the abuse of as the it can also be defined as the abuse of interested power interested interested power by government official by government by government official for private gain for private gain. Understood? Interested power and private gain. Point fourth. Example of administrative corruption. Example of administrative corruption. Administrative example of administrative corruption. Point 1. Point 1. Bribery. Point 2. Nepotism. Point 2. Nepotism. Point third. Point third. Chronism. Chronism. Point fourth. Patronage. Point fifth. Embezzlement. Embezzlement. Point 6. Point 6. Influence peddling. influences peddling. Point 1. Point 6. Next, bribery. Bribery. What is bribery and how can you understand it? Bribery. This is the offering of money. This is the offering of money this is the offering of money, gift, form of gift, others form of compensation, others form of compensations in exchange in exchange for favor, for favors or services. Point. Next point, nepotism. Under it we will discuss this is the practice of giving this is the practice of giving this is the practice of giving preferential treatment preferential treatment to family members to family members or friends in hiring in hiring promotion or other decisions or other decisions preferential treatment to family members friends in hiring promotions or other decision. Next point, embezzlement. What is embezzlement and how can you understand? Embezzlement is the most important key to understand the administrative corruption. This is the illegal use of this is the illegal this is the illegal use of public funds this is the illegal use of public fund for personal gain. For personal gain. Illegal use of public fund for personal gain. Next point. Fraud. Fraud. This is the intentional misrepresentation. This is the intentional this is the intentional representation this is the intentional representation of facts comma for personal facts for personal gain. This is the intentional representation what does that mean? Intentional representation is defined when you to do something with your intentions and present before the audience. Next point. Patronage. Patronage. What is patronage and how can you define it? Patronage, this is the practice of giving. This is the this is the practice. This is the practice of giving special favor. Giving special favors of political allies to political allies political allies or supporters. Are supporters. Next point. Influence peddling. Influences peddling. Influences peddling is defined. This is the practice of giving this is the this is the practice of using this is the practice of using this is the practice of using personal connection personal personal connection to gain access to government to gain access to government access to government official or resources government official resources government official resources. Next point. Chronism. Chronism. What is chronism? This is the form of nepotism. This is the form of nepotism. This is the form of nepotism. Favoritism. Favoritism, comma, in which in which friends family members family members associated of a powerful associated of a powerful person or organization or organization person or organization are given preferential treatment are given preferential treatment preferential treatment. It often involves the use of it often involves It often involves the use of political political patronage comma to appoint unqualified to appoint unqualified individual to position individual to position of authority. Next, causes and root of corruption. Causes and root of corruption. Causes and root of corruption. Causes and root of corruption is a key in administrative corruption, and always try to understand what is it and write down it in a point base. That is the important factor for you, on which that you can write it in the examination in a peaceful manner. That's all. The root of corruption is a lack of the root of corruption the root of corruption is a lack of ethical values or moral principle moral principles in individual organization in individual organization, society, cause, causes and root of corruption. The root of corruption is a lack of ethical values or moral principle in individual organization and society. Next, corruption occur when corruption occurs when people in position when people in position of power position of power comma position of power or people with access to access to resources, come resources, use those resources, use resources, use those resources, use those resources for their own personal gain, for personal gain, for personal gain, benefit their own group family, benefit their own family and group. Next, this is the include bribery. This is the include bribery. This is the include of bribery. Nepotism, nepotism, comma, embezzlement, embezzlement, comma, as well as other form, other form, as well as other form of frauds, comma, frauds, unethical behavior, unethical behavior, unethical behavior, excessive regulation, excessive regulation, excessive regulation, complicated taxes, complicated taxes, licensing system, licensing system, unethical behavior, excessive regulation, complicated taxes, licensing system. Next, corruption is the outcome of the increase in corruption is the outcome of is the outcome of corruption is the outcome of the increase of the increase in increase in increase in the government increase in the activity government activity, especially its regulation, especially its regulatory regulatory activities, it enjoy it enjoy arbitrary powers it enjoy arbitrary power in areas in areas like in areas like recruitment to public service, public service, grant of license, grant of license, permits, contract, contract, tenders, tenders, allotment of railway wagon, allotment of railway wagon, and so on. Enjoy arbitrary power in area like recruitment to public service, grant of license, permits, contract, tenders, allotment of railway wagons, etc. It is a core point. Next point. The official enjoy a lot of the official enjoy a the official enjoy a lot of discretionary power discretionary power discretionary power, also economic planning, also economic planning, economic planning, also lead to corruption, also lead to corruption. A lot of discretionary power, economic planning, Next point. Red tapeism. Red tapeism are the cumbersome red tapeism or cumbersome dilatory dilatory procedure dilatory procedures are dilatory response responsible responsible they cause a considerable they cause a considerable they cause a considerable amount of amount of delay in moving files in moving files of speed money is paid the files will move quickly the files will move quickly quickly next point people don't mind paying extra people don't mind people don't mind people don't mind paying extra to get their work to get their work done to get their work done there is collusion between there is a collusion between the bribe giver and taker the bribe giver and taker next point article 311 of the constitution article 311 of the constitutions of India empowers the government empowers the government to dismiss a corrupt to dismiss a corrupt dismiss a corrupt employee dismiss a corrupt employee, but it should be but it should be based on strong based on strong based on strong evidence against them against the official against the official officials. It is not easy to prove charge. It is not easy to prove charge. Its favor the corrupts. Its favors the corrupt. Next, okay. Its favor the corrupt. 42 amendment 42 amendment 42 bend generally bent 42 amendment went generally in favor of in in favor of 42 amendment of generally in favor of accused in favor of the accused are given a are given or given a reasonable or given reasonable opportunity to prove opportunity to prove opportunity to prove their innocence their innocence innocence. Next point, the Santhanam committee The Santanam Committee on Corruption on Corruption the Santanam Committee on Corruption felt the article 311 made it different made it different made it made it difficult made it difficult for the government to take for the government to take for the government to take action against the accused action against the accused. Next, the four perspective of corruption. The four perspective of corruption. The four perspective of corruption. The four perspective of government. The four perspective of corruption. Point 1, legal. Point 1, legal. Point 2, historico cultural. Historico cultural. Historico cultural. Public interest. Third, public interest. Public interest. Fourth, market centered. Market centered. Market centered. According to Ramesh Arora, corruption can be according to Ramesh Arora. According to Ramesh Arora, corruption can be broadly corruption can be broadly divided into the following. As Point number 1, power and authority. Point 1, power and authority. Power and authority. Point 2, law and policy. Law and policy. Cause of administrative corruption. Cause of administrative corruption. Administrative cause of administrative corruption. Causes of administrative corruption. Causes of administrative corruption. Greed of money and desire. Point 1. Greed of money. Greed of money and desire. Greed of money and desire. Next point. Greed of money and desire. Next, higher level of market. Higher level of market. Higher level of market and political monopolization. Political monopolized. Political monopolized. Political monopolization. Political monopolization. Low level of democracy. Low level of democracy, comma, weak civil participation. Weak civil participation. Weak civil participation. Next, low political transparency. Low political transparency. Low political transparency. Next, low political transparency. Next, higher level of bureaucracy, higher level of bureaucracy, higher level of bureaucracy are inefficient, inefficient, inefficient administrative, inefficient administrative structure. Next, low economic freedom, low economic freedom, low economic freedom. Recommendation of the Santhanam Committee, recommendation of recommendation of the Santhanam Committee, Santhanam Committee and Bohra Committee Bohra Committee on checking corruption, on checking corruption, on checking corruption. According to committee, the cause of corruption are according to committee, according to committee, the cause of corruption are the cause of corruption are the cause of corruption are point 1 administrative delays, point 1 point 2 point 1 administrative delays, administrative delays, point 2 overburdening of the government, overburdening overburdening of the government, overburdening of the government with regulatory function, with regulatory function, with regulatory function. Point third, point third, scope for personal discretion, scope for personal discretion, personal discretion, in the exercise of power, in the exercise of power, exercise of power, exercise of power vested in different categories, vested in different categories, different categories of government servant, of government servant, of government servants. Next, cumbersome procedure of dealing with cumbersome procedure of dealing with cumbersome procedure cumbersome procedure of dealing with of dealing cumbersome procedure of dealing with serious matters, serious matters, serious matters which are of importance, which are of importance, of importance, which are of importance to citizen, which are importance to citizens in their daily affair, in their daily affairs. Next, to tackle administrative delay, to tackle administrative delays, to tackle administrative, to tackle administrative delays, the committee to tackle to tackle to tackle administrative delays, the committee 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 suggests that the following measures should be taken, the following measure should be taken. Point 1. Point 1. The government should review the existing procedure The government, 1 hour has ended. The government should review the government should review the existing procedure the procedure existing procedure practice to find out practice to find out practice to find out the cause for the delay, the cause for the delays, devise suitable and devise suitable step to minimize the suitable steps to minimize suitable step to minimize the delay to different stage, the delay to minimize the delays to different stages, different stages. Next point, definite time limit should be prescribed. Definite time limit should be definite time limit should be prescribed prescribed dealing with the receipt of file with the receipt of file receipt of files receipt of files time limit should be strictly adhered to should be strictly adhered to. Adhere to. Next point, तो 2 घंटे जाएंगे यार, चलो स्टार्ट करता हूँ। किसकी? अच्छा, तो डालना पड़ेगा, एक पार्ट तो खत्म होने दो फिर। हाँ, 1 पार्ट्स, हाँ 2 पार्ट हो जाएंगे, एक 2 पॉइंट और लिख देता हूँ। लेवल विच इम्पोर्टेंट डिसीजन शुड बी टेकन, level which important decision should be taken, decision should be taken, have to be taken, decisions should be taken, have to be clearly, have to be clearly prescribed. Prescribed. Important preventive measure recommended. Important important preventive measure preventive measure recommended recommended by the committee are my dear friend, I am extremely very sorry for that. In next part, I will tell you what is the important preventive measure recommendation by the committee. So, thank you all of you. Next part I will teach you definitely. Thank you.